Are we live? Alright. I think we're live. Back in the hot box. Temperature is up there again. We're up to about 85 in the garage. It's going to be brutal. But I'm going to take my time, and I figured, had some question marks in terms of some of the putting yesterday. Big Dog was kind of struggling with his too. But I figured before we do it, I haven't probably aligned this thing in like a month. So, figure shouldn't take too long. Anyone out there interested in how you calibrate the square? I don't know if you'll get a ton out of it if you're not a square user, but I think the any of the side units probably, I would assume SkyTrack's probably the same. I know GC3 has a stick, but basically I did a video on this. I have a laser level, so I have this behind here. I'm gonna try to line it up directly in the middle of this mat going through here. That line there on the middle of the range should be pretty close. I can adjust that if I need to, but that's more so it'll change based on how the screen is. So right there is decent. It should be pretty close to it, and we'll see how close in alignment the square is, or I guess how far out of whack it's gotten over the past like 3 weeks to a month or so, whenever I did this last. I don't even remember. But there is the laser level. So that's going, I mean, that's not bad right there. That's going right down the middle of my mat. That's pretty much right in the middle of that line on the range too. Do I like that? It's right down the middle. I'm looking here. So now what I do, that's pretty good there. That could go over just a touch, but that's pretty darn close. It's right in the middle, going over this middle line, or the middle dot of the hole where the tee usually, or could go with this Country Club Elite. And it's going right down this ridge here in my mat in the front. Now what I do is I try to put this stick to where that green line is right down the middle of it, which I may just turn this off for a second, may make it a bit easier. I have the laser up on a box of balls right now, just to raise it up. It could honestly probably go up a little bit more. I mean, that looks pretty good to me. I have another box of balls here for, if this is a problem if I do it. I'm so like analytical with some of this stuff. If I'm gonna do it, I want to do a really good job. If I raise this up, one more box of balls. All right, that is right down the middle. Now I have two boxes of balls, and I can see it's going right down the center. All right, I'm happy with that. Now the line, just because I raised it up, it's going right down the center of that alignment stick. So if I pull up this and bring this over here, and we go into target alignment, we'll see where the square is at in relation to that alignment stick if it finds it. Sometimes it takes a second. No, it turns out it's actually not in a bad spot. I do kind of, when I have the shank tank over here, which you guys have seen, I take the paver off and I put it in, so it's not always exactly the same, but honestly that's not bad. So kind of almost figured it last time. It's probably more than me than anything yesterday, but mine's pretty close to alignment. I can change it. What's up, big dog? I could probably change it a bit. I don't know why my stupid stream on my phone, it was doing this the past couple days. It goes black and then it like turns off. Don't ask me why I'm awake. My turn to watch and fall asleep. I think the update made putting HLA more brutal. It could have. So right now, you can kind of see it on the screen. It kind of bounces around. I don't know if the laser messes with it, but I mean that's pretty good. It's bouncing back and forth between left and right. Right 0.1. So honestly, I don't even need to move it. It turns out yesterday my putting was just bad then. It's just a touch right biased. So this is the problem when I start moving it starts bouncing around all over the place, so I'm even tempted to even touch it. So it thinks that's pointed slightly right. I'm not even going to move it. That's good enough. We saw left. Usually I want to get it to the sweet spot where it's bouncing back and forth between left 0.1 and right 0.1. If I start moving that, it'll yeah, it's already bouncing back and forth. I think it's good enough. Well, I guess that was easy when you don't have to change anything. So it was either maybe my mat, kind of like you were saying, Big Dog, yesterday. Maybe my mat, which I already know is not the best. Possibly my mat was throwing me off, or just I don't know, not getting my eyes over the putt. But according to what I just lined that up as, and it's right down the middle of the center line on the GSPro range, that's at the most 0.1 off towards the right, which that's pretty darn close. So let's warm up. We're going to do Sanctuary Moon first. Flying Fat Kid. I'm going to play both, but unfortunately when you have a cool of a course as Sanctuary Moon, that thing's going to take precedent in terms of the thumbnail and the title. But I'm going to do Sanctuary Moon, which is D-Lud's league, and then I'm also going to do Flying Fat Kids if I don't pass out here because of the heat. And I can now move this fan a bit closer so it's actually hitting me a little bit. I can turn my light back on too. I mean, I'm usually pretty careful. I don't nudge that shank tank, and when I put it in, I line up the square to where it looks exactly perpendicular to the plexiglass in front. Oh man, my right shoulder from those swings yesterday is kind of tight. But I'm usually pretty careful of how I put the square in and out, so I didn't imagine it was super off. I would have guessed maybe 0.2, 0.3, 0.4 at the most, a half a degree off, but according to what we just did there with the alignment, that actually seemed like it's fine. So just got to trust the alignment and just try to hit it as straight as I can. Sometimes though, even that, just checking it kind of removes the any kind of doubt in your mind that it's possibly your unit. So now that I know that the square is aligned the way I want it to, if I hit a bad putt, it's on me. Or I mean, it could be the mat, but basically it removes one of the factors to where you get over a putt, and if something doesn't line up and result in what you thought it felt like, you can at least narrow it down to what it may be, whether your putting stroke or the mat or something else besides the actual unit. I ended up staying up a lot later than I wanted to because I was watching Big Dog, Boogeyman Bill. They were hanging out. Your stream was like 4 hours last night, Big Dog. And then I was popping back and forth between Big Dog playing. He did 2 rounds of the tips, and then I think he did bootleggers and top of the rock, maybe even more. And Flying Fat Kid was playing with, he did, I think 18 holes at a par 3 course, Greenville par 3 or something, with Spike's Blue Collar Sim Golf as well as Garbage Garage Golf, Danko. And then Craig popped in, and for the most part, it was pretty good. No real craziness with the par 3, and then even up until they only ended up playing 9 holes, but probably the first like 6 or 7 were fine. But I don't remember another stream that I laughed more, like audibly laughed out loud more than Flying Fat Kid stream when Craig joined. They were doing a 2v2 scramble. The last like 2 holes was just absolute madness. I saw Big Dog before I came on. When I was looking at Discord, I saw you were on your phone, and I looked up what time it was in New Zealand. It was like 3 o'clock, 3:15 before. So that was probably 45 minutes ago. So it's what, 4 a.m. right now for you? But that stream was absolute madness. Craig was on. Danko was drinking transfusions. I think Flying Fat Kid was probably drinking something. Craig was watching a movie, I think, with his wife or his family, and then they were going to play one more, so they needed one. And Craig was like, all right, I'll play. And then halfway through the 9 holes, he was like, oh, I remembered I took sleeping medication before I came out here. So Craig was all hopped up on sleep medication, and then Spike ended up having some issues. His back was bothering him, and it just went comically downhill rather fast. Flying Fat Kid was messing with the soundboard on Discord. It was pretty funny. Just watch FFK stream. It was a blast. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It was just madness. The last like holes like 8 and 9 when Spike's square disconnected, and then like Craig laid down, and then he got it back, and then he hit it right into the water, and then Flying Fat Kid hit it into the water, and then the 9th hole, Spike aimed at the wrong green, and he hit it he hit it onto the wrong green, and yeah, it was just funny. But we're going to kind of take our time going through these 2 rounds. Usually, these weekend streams, people are out and about doing stuff, so probably won't be the best viewership here. So we'll probably hang out with a smaller crowd. I'm just going to take my time, not really swing super hard at anything. May end up just clubbing up on everything across the bag and get these two leagues done for D-Lud and Flying Fat Kid. I checked though. Check the leaderboard. Me and Flying Fat Kid are still in first for the auto putt scramble, and me and Big Dog are still in second for the regular scramble. So all in all, pretty good week scramble wise. I credit, although I may jokingly say otherwise, I credit my partners for that. Hopefully the scores hold, but I think a lot of people end up playing Sunday afternoon, Sunday night type of thing. So we'll see if there'll probably be at least probably 10 or 15 groups. The regular scramble tour is more popular, but there'll probably be 15, 20 groups that play the regular scramble and post a score, and there'll probably be 5 or 10 on the auto putt that play and post a score between now and tomorrow morning. But me and Flying Fat Kid are in first place, clear first place by a stroke, and me and Big Dog are in clear second place by a stroke. As much as people that are familiar with this Sanctuary Moon course, as much as I wanted to put the name of the movie that this is designed after in the title and the thumbnail, I refrained. Don't want to ruffle any feathers and put unnecessary pressure and visibility on a cool course like this to possibly have it taken down or anything like that. But from what I was gathering, I think Flying Fat Kid, he's got a few leagues he's got to do, and he's also going to play with Shelby, he said, tonight for their scramble. And I think Danko and Craig are also going to play together and do something. So should be some stuff to watch later on today once I'm done with this. Man, I'm already profusely sweating. All right. I mean, those are pretty smooth swings, but we're probably down about a club, which is fine. We'll see. Maybe I keep profusely sweating and we start swinging a bit more, but I'm fine if I just club up on everything, not try to overdo anything. Alright, try a couple 3-woods, couple drivers, and then we'll load this up. I'm gonna try to sweep this 3-wood a bit more. Did my thing just break? Yep. Alright, I gotta fix this real quick before we get going. I have those bungees. So I have a couple in here. I got a couple bungees on each side that are kind of holding each corner. And I have a box, cardboard box over here, and it slowly starts to fray the bungees. There's a good example of it. Right where I think just when I hit the shot, it's just a little bit of friction every single time. It frays right where the box usually is. Otherwise, though, if I don't do this, the screen would move all over the place more than it already does. Pretty easy fix, though. Each one of those probably lasts a month, and then it breaks and I gotta replace it or just put one more in there. Alright. And we're back. Where did my other tee go, though? My fray like that along the bottom where they rub on the wood. Yeah, I mean they work great. I got a ton of them with the impact screens that I have, so it is what it is. I mean they're cheap enough. It's just yeah they I have a railing right there, so I have the cardboard box right here in this corner just in case I really shank one and it doesn't hit, it hits the cardboard box instead of the wood. So I have that like I said on the corner, and I have it strung that way and wrapped around the railing just to keep the tension on it, and then I have the cardboard box over it. So like I said, just the cardboard box on top, when the screen moves it just slowly frays it, but not a big deal. Go through about 50 cents of 50 cents of those bungees every month, maybe. I don't even know how much those things cost. Maybe 10 cents. Honestly, that's not bad. That's all I'm really looking for. We'll probably hit a couple in the 150s, but pretty doubtful I'll swing hard enough to get up into 160. If I can just do that, maybe 260, 270, swinging easy down the middle. That's left. Not too bad. Super high toe. Low and left. I may start messing around with some auto putt for my leagues. I don't mind getting to the green. It's just picking those lines, and obviously you want to try to make the putt. I feel like it takes just as much time to get to the green as it does to pick a line and hit a putt. Maybe even two or three. Yeah, there's 150. May get some wonky reads here. I'm using these. I'm gonna use these balls that I use for the hole-in-one challenge the entire time, just because I don't quite want to save the good ones for my scrambles with that matter and the SGT. These leagues I want to play well, but I probably won't win them anyway, so might as well use the crappier balls. Hey, what's up, Rich? How's it going? So is that your name? What should I call you? Fellow Square user here. All right, we'll roll with that. Fellow Square user. He was playing in the same room as Big Dog, and Boogeyman Bill was in there. He was doing Swiss Alpine Valley last night. All right. Sanctuary Moon, which again, I won't say what this course is, but you guys can imagine what it is, what it's based on. All right. Flying Fat Kid. I have until Wednesday to do D-Luds, but we'll just do it. Rich is great. All right, sounds good. Bless you. Thanks. Sanctuary Moon. I don't know, Rich, if you're a rhymes with Mars, Mars Cores. If you're a Mars Cores movie fan, I don't know. You were asking about some courses. I know Sanctuary or not Sanctuary. Swiss Alpine. You were saying was kind of brutal. It's a really good looking course, but I don't know if you played this one. This is for D-Luds League, based on a very popular movie that a lot of people know. Which I'm assuming if you're a fan, you'll recognize it right away. But basically, some of these courses in GSPro, they have the Fight Club rules where it's like rule number one, you don't talk about Fight Club kind of thing. So people get sometimes upset if you put any kind of direct correlation between some of these courses and like what they're actually based on, even some of the real ones. So I try to refrain from it, but you'll see what this course is right away. Stroke play, white tees, 6 foot gimmies, Thursdays, normal hard. Oh, we're at almost 3,000 feet, so that's going to be like 6%. So basically, if I'm in the rough, that'll just neutralize the rough. Calm wind, 11 stimps. But all this to say, this may be a cool course to check out if you're a fan of these movies. Personally, I am not. I've seen like bits and pieces, but I've never watched these type of movies all the way through. I'm not a big fantasy type of person, so this course doesn't do a ton for me. What's that other one? Middle Earth, which is based on Lord of the Rings. I can probably say that here because I'm not playing it, but Middle Earth is based on Lord of the Rings. That one's also cool, but it doesn't do a ton for me. Um, but younger, I guess, kids, friends and family, or if you're a big movie fan of this, may be worth checking out. Super intricate course. Greg McDonald did this with, I think it was Guy Holman and Greg McDonald. I'll check the scorecard here, but they did a crazy job on this. I can respect the intricacy of all these courses, although I don't really know any of the characters or the references to the movies or anything. Oh, theme song. There's usually something. Oh, here we go. I was gonna say there's usually something that scrolls. I'm not gonna read all this out because it's kind of a lot of words. But Sanctuary Moon, The Emperor's Dead. If I pen over, maybe you can read some of it. But you can probably tell by the T markers what this course is. Really cool though. And I think I can't unfortunately play any of the music on YouTube, but I think the theme song just plays once and then it ends. But we'll do a flyover for this one. First hole, par 4, 461. If you guys want to see any of the specific flyovers for the holes, just let me know. I know, I think it's okay to reference any of the characters. Like, I know R2-D2 and I know Stormtroopers, that's about it. I think Ewok are those little, like, uh, mini Bigfoot looking things. Pretty cool course, though, if you're happen to be a fan of this movie. All right, let's see what we can do here for old D-Luds League. The fact, though, that like they animated it with all these things flying around are pretty sweet. Down 64 yards. Swiss Alpine had some of those elevation drops, too. This thing, I don't even need to hit it that good, and it'll go pretty far. Basically, get 64 yards of help, and we have a little bit of a helping wind. Oh, that's supposed to draw. That might be trouble. I mean, 255 to 243, we hit it 255 to 343, we hit it 350 in the pine straw. Kind of blocked out. It's gonna come out right. 120 out of the pine straw. We'll go over here. Just go choke down pitching wedge. It'll probably, I had to aim left. It'll probably draw on top of it, but I think anywhere around even for a day like today for both of these rounds, I'd be pretty happy with. See if we can maybe fade this a little. Or toe pull draw it. Whoa, 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 whoa. 26. It's going to come out right. Normal greens. Look at this thing on the heat map. All right. Upslope into an upslope. 26, playing like 28. Probably hit this like 23, 24. Or 33. That's way too much. Oh boy. So we're 1, 2, 3. This is for 4 on a par 4. If I cared about score, I'd probably putt this, but we're just going to do a little chippy chip. All right, bogey to start it. I turn the sound back on now so I can hear my ding. Nope. Maybe the music plays throughout the entire course. I don't know. Second hole, par 5, 514. I've actually never played this course for a full 18. There's one hole. I don't know, Bogeyman Bill, you probably played this. There's one hole where it like goes down into like a portal or something. Sci-fi, yeah. I guess, I just never been a fan of that stuff. Like any of the superhero movies, like Avengers, Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, anything like that. My mind, I guess, the fantasy stuff is just like too far-fetched for my mind to be able to say, all right, this is like could actually happen and is interesting. So personally, I'm a big fan of like Sopranos, Ozark, Ray Donovan, those type of shows and movies. Like I think mostly like crime, money, that type of stuff. All right, well, apparently we're just hitting baby fades today, so I got to stop aiming right. Yikes. What do we have? 222 out of the rough. Are we clear? It's going to come out right. We're on a down slope. I'm just going to go 8 iron, get it back into play. Debated hitting 3-wood, but I don't think it'll come out of here. Oh! Or just skull it. No, right up against it. How's that not kick off of it? This may hit right off of this. All right, not bad. Wanted to aim left. That was actually pretty good distance. I wanted to aim left for that. Oh, I actually did see. Greg McDonald was the one who posted it. I think this, you see how this is kind of like foggy and hazy? Big Dog was saying that about Jack's Point. I think this is that gradient fog. And before I forget, Greg McDonald and Guy Holman are the ones who designed this. I think if I do this, this may make it look a lot better. They added this feature, visual settings. Where is it? Camera options. Disable gradient fog. Let's see if that. A little bit maybe. Basically, he did a post and he said when it works, it looks really good, but sometimes when either your projector's not great or it doesn't work, then it's beneficial to turn that off. And my phone went to sleep. Love Roof from Ozark, Sons of Anarchy. I fell off on that. I watched there's a bunch of seasons. I want to say I watched like 3/4 of them, and it just got kind of boring. Ozark was one of my favorites as of late. In terms of shows, Ozarks is awesome. I use that, what is this? 8.5? Pushed it. I use that GIF or meme of Ruth saying, I don't know bleep about bleep. That's one of my favorites. All right, par there, 1 over through 2. Third hole, par 4, 394. We are going to stop aiming left, or aiming right. 7 under is the leader right now. I don't know if we're going to run out of fairway over there, but we're just swinging easy today. And of course, that one goes way left. Get down. These are firm fairways. He's going to bounce right into it. All right. 145. Usually this would be, we're on a pretty big downslope. We'll go 9. $7.8, right? This isn't going to go very far, but it should hit and roll out a ton. Don't get stuck behind that. Oh, it's a bunker. I thought that was another rock. I don't know if that gradient fog was better or worse. Maybe I'll turn it back on. Maybe just toggle the advanced instead. Let's see if this looks better. Oh yeah, that's way brighter. Some of the designers don't love when I do that. Seadrum kind of makes fun of me, but literally you don't change anything. You just press L and click that toggle advance button, and you can compare and contrast. You can press cancel or press save and exit, and sometimes that just automatically makes the courses look way better. This phone's gonna drive me nuts. Going to sleep. I don't know why it's doing this. The stream turns black, and then because it shows like no activity, it goes to sleep, so the chat goes away. All right, 11, 12, probably play this as 17, so I probably want to hit this about 12. It's probably too much. Way too much. Oh, off the pin. That saved me. I almost dunked that. Look at this hole. I think I'm going to go easy 8. This would usually be 9 iron distance, but no shame in my game. Clubbing up on a day like today. I may even still be short. I took way too much off of that. Bounce up. Yikes. If I could, I looked, there's no way. If I could, I would turn on the auto aim for my league too. I feel like that's just so much better to play than like something like this. I gotta guess where to put this. It's basically 34 playing 29. I think I gotta be like way out here. That may not even be enough. Sit. Bogey. Fifth hole, par 4. CC Wilco's in first place at 7 under. D-Lide's in second place on his own league at 5 under. If I felt better today, I would have liked my chances at 5 to 7 under if I was swinging full. That should play. These firm fairways are nuts. 88 up 4. Might not be too bad. Might not be too bad. Caw-caw. Oh, is this the one with the it's a 271 yard par 3, but it's 271 down 229 yards. Is this the one with the portal? What does this sign say? Caution, hole is 130 meters or 142 yards. Do not use driver. I did see though you can use, we'll do the flyover, you can bounce it off of the fence. So it's like underneath us here. It goes way down this thing. Jeez, where the heck? All right, that is not ideal. Really cool, but the aim point gets all jacked up. Oh, Craig's typing in already redacted messages. Old Quaalude Craig here. I was saying earlier, Craig, I was up way later. I watched you guys until the end, and then I couldn't fall asleep because I was laughing so much. I was up for probably like an hour after you guys stopped. I don't know if I don't know if I've laughed more, like audibly laughed out loud more watching a stream than your guys' last night. Way too far left. Get down that funnel at least. All right, this should drop down, and then we'll see where we end up. Whee! Just go in. Just woke up. Shout out Craig too, newest member of the channel. Really appreciate the support. That was so funny. I was saying for the most part, like they played pretty normal when they played 18 holes before you joined them for that par 3 course. That was fine. And then I would say up until about hole number 8, it was when right around when Spike on hole number 8, his square disconnected, and then you ended up laying down, and then he went through like 10 minutes trying to get a square connected, and then he hits it in the water, and then Flying Fat Kid hits it in the water. And then Spike teed off, and he went to the wrong hole. All right, why can I not see my aim point? Where's my stick now? We'll try that. 13 playing 15. Caw-caw. There's like something. Oh, it's a motorcycle. There's like something rumbling. It sounded like either fireworks or thunder or something. All right, back to even. 7th hole, par 5. Whoa, where the heck? No, we don't want to be in the trees. Some of these courses, they're super cool. But like some of the aim points get messed up with all these like animations and like different stuff they put into it. Fun times, spiced it up a bit. Me and Danko going after those Gray Barn shirts this evening. For what? You guys already played. What are you guys playing? You already played the... Oh, you're going to do the actual scramble? I was going to say, you guys already did the auto putt. Did you guys post a score for the actual one yet? Well, if you're going to beat us on the... Me and Flying Fat Kid, you guys posted 6 under on the auto putt. Me and Flying Fat Kid got 9, so we're still in first place. And then in terms of the actual scramble, me and Big Dog are in clear second at 13 under, which was pretty good after our front 9. And unfortunately, JT Walsh and CC Wilco shot 19 under. So pretty much anyone playing this week are just competing for second place. Because they had 3 eagles and 13 birdies, which is, for us mere mortals, nearly impossible. Maybe all right, maybe trouble. Oh, no. Stay out of that. Okay, that actually worked out. Swinging easy today. Oh, you're redoing the 2-man scramble auto putt? That's fun. I'll definitely watch that. Do you guys have a time? I was saying earlier, you guys were planning on playing, and then Flying Fat Kid said he was going to play with Shelby and also do some of his leagues later on. So I'll definitely watch that after I'm done here. I'm going to finish this and then play Flying Fat Kids League and then call it a day. 185, down 9. Clubbing up on everything. Usually be a 7. I'm going to hit a 6. I'll still put up the... I'm pretty confident in our 9 under. I thought you meant 9 under last night for the Gray Barn Golf t-shirts, but I'll also put up I'll put up 2 t-shirts, 2 Gray Barn Golf t-shirts if you guys beat 9 under for the auto putt. That's short. Ooh, maybe not. I used to having the Garmin R10 that you couldn't do putting with. I was always stuck on auto putt when I first got GSPro, so I kind of like was envious of people that could putt and do the full simulation. So I did enjoy that at first, but now after doing all these puttings, like I may start doing a couple of my league events with auto putt. It just speeds things up, and I almost enjoy it more. $20. Break, 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 break. Eagle? That's a booyah. That's a booyah, big bird. Okay, D-Lud. We're swinging 50% on everything, and we're coming for you. CC Wilco first place at 7 under. D-Lud's in second. I'm right now in third at 2 under. I don't think we've even cracked 150, have we, on the ball speed? I don't know if I can do that. Can I go right of these trees? Is that dumb? That's probably dumb. I think we got to go here, and I got to hit 240 down 13. We'll just go here and hit a hybrid, I guess. We'll go bottle cap hybrid. You should just play Shelby F. That would be cool. I've debated. Big Dog mentioned that me joining him for like the pro tour. It just takes longer because you guys are both playing. How you usually would, and you're just playing together. So you got to wait for the other team. But that would be fun if you guys join them. That's kind of how I did. Like the whole idea for the Rocket Cup. That was kind of how I would do my basketball buddies in the summer. The guy that used to run it joined a private course, so he doesn't do it as much anymore. But we would have like 10 to 20 guys, usually somewhere around like 12 to 14, and you would make consecutive tee times on like Thursday nights, it would be, or Tuesday nights, whatever we did, and you would do 2v2 scrambles for 9 holes. So you would be playing against each other in your group, but also, so like you have like the team aspect, you have the competitive aspect against the group you're playing against, but you're also, on top of playing against them, you're playing against the field for all the other groups, kind of like how you guys would do that. So that's a cool way to do it. You're at least trying to keep pace and have bragging rights and beat the group that you're playing with, but it also, you're competing against the rest of the leaderboard in the field. That should play. Smart play there. Rare smart play off the tee. I always say this when I do these days where I just like am sore and tired and I swing easy. I just hit it so much better when I do it, but it's not as fun basically swinging 50% instead of gripping and ripping it. 130. Oh. Terrible. Terrible, terrible. $10 degrees down out of this bunker. Well, this may be interesting. So if my 50% theory holds, I got to play this as 15. And with this 10 degrees down, I got to hit a flop to about 10. Scold it. Maybe I didn't need to flop it that much. It's tough opening up the face that much and then actually making contact with a ball. You just blade it most of the times, especially off these mats where you can't take a divot. What graphic card am I using? Oh, I think, yeah, Bugman Bill, you were close. I think it's laptop, though, maybe I set it at. Was it laptop instead of computer? I can add computer. Yeah, it was laptop. There you go. KBW 101, that's the exact computer I bought. I think it's been out of stock for a while, but that's the exact computer I bought, so you can see the listing. It's a 4070 laptop, but you can see all like the RAM and everything else that I got. Look at Bogeyman Bill using the commands. All right, we got it to drop. You tried, yeah, you were close. Honestly, I probably should have said a computer probably made more sense than laptop, but I guess it is a laptop. I mean, it's still a computer, but. All right, sticking at 2 under, 9th hole, par 4, 298. And we're up to 87 in the garage. We're getting a sauna session here. What does this sign say? Oh, course marshal? That's funny. This is actually kind of a tricky course. Like in terms of like stuff you got to go over and around and recently bought a square, got GSPro. Do you run into any problems sometimes? I haven't had the time to play often. No, I mean I have very, very minimal problems. I don't know specifically what you're asking about, like disconnects maybe. Some people, if their computer is really far away or if the Bluetooth in your actual computer isn't super strong, like Craig's dad, who's in here, got a square too, and he was having disconnect issues. If you just get a Bluetooth dongle extender and run it, it's probably like a 10-foot, you can probably buy different lengths, but call it like a 10-foot cord. You just plug it in and you disable I think you disable your Bluetooth on your computer, and that either boosts it or takes over. And just because it's closer, I don't have any disconnects, even though it's pretty far away. But that computer was brand new when I bought it, like a year and a half ago. So I haven't had any issues. But I don't know if you have anything specific you were talking about. But the square, for what it is, for the price, it's pretty darn awesome. Bogeyman Bill has a square too. That's in here. Just make sure to get the most out of your square. Use the TaylorMade Pix balls. That may be wet. That's wet. That sucks. Aim for the draw and it doesn't draw. To be fair, I was kind of yapping there. I wasn't really focusing. So I should have made sure I turned that over. 52 out of the rough. Yeah, we're hitting 3. We can still save par. Sit. Or go. No way. How'd that come out? That was only 7%. The elevation 6%. I thought I wanted to hit that like 45. How'd that come up that short? This is gonna be an ugly score. Yeah, TaylorMade Pix balls are way better than the square balls. Square balls, I mean, they come with 3 of them, so they're fine, but they're pretty crappy. They don't last very long. And I mean, the Pix balls, they're $5 a ball for the most part. I don't know if they're still on sale or not. You can check them out. I think I did balls as the command, maybe. I bought some. I got them delivered a couple days ago. I bought another dozen because they were 14% off. But basically, the Pix balls, they're debatably the most expensive best ball you can buy, even over a Pro V1. But I mean, it's up there with like all of their. That's TaylorMade's most premium ball. So like Pro V1, what is it, Chrome Tour X or whatever, for Callaway, Pro V1 Titleist, and then TaylorMade Pix balls. It's basically the nicest one you can buy. So 100% better, and you'll the square will read the decals on it. So to me, if you're gonna get a square, that's the only way to do it. All right, I guess all things considered, a bogey there could have been worse. 1 under going into the back 9. Golf's on, I have not. They're super expensive, and I've heard for how much they cost, they're not very good. Data's awesome, though. You asked about data. The data's awesome for the square for the price. I have no complaints. All the spin numbers, the ball speed numbers. The only downside is you don't, as you know, you don't have club head speed, but everything seems really good. And even head-to-head tests against units that are 10 times the cost, the square is right up there in terms of accuracy. Honestly, I really can't say enough good things about the square. And another fade. As much as I would like to be, I'm not getting paid to say good things about the square, so I bought mine full price out of my own money. Definitely easier playing this way, swinging easy, but 145 ball speed compared to like right around 160 that I was hitting yesterday, like 15 miles an hour less of ball speed isn't the most fun thing to see. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? I went 191 raw because I topped it, and it's going backwards halfway. Stop. Stop. I'm from China and golf zone dominates indoor golfing. I was just curious how they compare because I feel the score is closer to the field experience than golf zone. Yeah, I mean the golf zone you have like the moving floor and all that stuff, but they're also like $50 to $100,000. So I don't know a single person that I've come across that has one. And people that I've heard that have used one at like an indoor place, they don't think they're that great. But I mean, you really can't compare. That's like comparing almost a square to like a GC quad or TrackMan, which is even golf sounds even more expensive. So kind of tough comparing a $700 unit to 50,000. Don't go in the deep rough. Okay. This course is really cool, but honestly not one of my favorites. This is almost kind of similar to Middle Earth in terms of like how crazy some of this stuff plays. I'm all for fantasy courses and I'm glad that it's available, but it's like I like more fantasy courses that look awesome but also play pretty similar to a real course. This one almost in terms of I know D-Love put it on firm fairways, but like some of the stuff you got to go over and around and whatnot. And these greens are just stop. These hills and these ridges are just brutal. That was going right at it, and now it's going to be like 20 yards away. Go in. No. I'm from Hong Kong. I have a quad max using outdoor. Too expensive to have a simulator at home here. Get a square. Square's $700. I mean, expensive though. If you have a quad max, you can use it inside. You just set up a net. If you could afford a quad max, you can't set up a projector in a net or a projector in a screen. That's sweet though. I'm jealous. I've never used. I don't. I've never even used stuff like this too. I've never used anything Foresight. I don't believe. I don't think I've ever used a GC3. Definitely haven't used a quad or a quad max. Sorry if you guys are new. I'm swinging everything at like 50%. So if you guys want to see some better swings, lately I've been closer to like low 160s on ball speed, carrying it 270, 275, 280. But played 36 yesterday, and I did legs, and I was up late, so and it's brutally hot in here, amongst other things. So kind of just bunting things out here. If you want to see some better golf and some more bombs, come back sometime next week. Funnel. Oh, space for the apartment's too expensive. Watching you play makes me jealous, especially if you're Hong Kong. Yeah, I hear you with the space. You do need some space. Like I'm in a garage right now, so it's a little bit easier. Most people do that. Some people are in like basements, but you gotta have pretty high ceilings. It seems like for the most part, people are either in like a workshop, office space, or garage. I don't know what you guys use for temperature degrees over there in China or Hong Kong, but it's like 90 degrees in the garage Fahrenheit. I don't know if you're in Celsius or what, but it's not cold, so don't be too jealous. It is pretty cool though. That's gonna sit. This elevation is nuts. It is pretty cool though. Sometimes I take it for granted. Uh, I know some people would kill to be able to just play golf whenever they want. .34, playing .33. Break, break, break. Moving to mainland China, working Hong Kong. Just get across the bridge every day. Celsius, 30 Celsius. Yeah, it's hot. It's hot in here. I am profusely sweating. Where the heck are we going on this? 13th hole, par 4, 459 down. What does that say? 67? I have a fan going, but honestly, it's just pushing around hot air. It's not really doing much. Oh no. That's not going to be fun. Get in an opening somehow. All right. I'm just going to go right through it. 144. Or not go through it. A lot of golf course in China closing because he's not a big fan of golf. There's a waste a lot of water, and the government thinks it's a waste of land usage. Joe, so you guys have tons of courses to hit. Yeah, but having the sim, honestly, I don't really play outside anymore. You can just come in here. I'm playing pretty slow. Sit. I'm playing pretty slow, but you can come in here and play 18 holes in 45 minutes to an hour. Doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to drive. You don't have to schedule a tee time. Doesn't take you 4 hours. Get to hang out with you guys. Get to play courses like this, which is currently beating me up. Oh man, these tee shots that what the heck are we doing? Where am I even going? That's the kids. Course isn't too bad in terms of layout. I kind of just want like an easy course that I can just go around and not really have to think about a ton and move stuff around. Not ideal. This is crazy. I don't even want to know where that ended up. Mainly play at Hidden Grace in SZ. That's like an hour drive. Not like the States. There's a course really close by. Our local golf course closed down, so I have to drive 4 hours to play. I only do about 4 times a year. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I probably got 3 courses in about a 10-minute drive, and I probably have like 20 courses within like a half an hour. We're on the tee. I'm just gonna chip it. How is this the tee? All that for a par? This is a cool hole, though, I will say. This program I'm using is called GSPro. It's $250 a year. You gotta have a gaming computer, but it's one of the best $250 you can spend on golf. So jealous, speaking for Leslie. Course here is member only. 400K US? What? Top ball speed to date? 163.7 or 8, just shy of 154, somewhere around there. Vietnam or Thailand, whenever you go for a trip, bring your clubs. About to go the same in my area. Only a couple within 10 minutes, likely 30-minute drive. Yeah, I mean, 30 minutes is not terrible. It's just, I don't know. You can get swings in here like this. I can look on my phone, Craig, tell you exactly. I wrote it down. I'm assuming you're, oh, that's way short. Okay. Luckily, the elevation. I'm assuming you're asking because you probably either got close to it or beat it. No. It's 163 point something. I'll tell you right now. Um, 163.8. Pretty cool that you guys are watching from the other side of the world. I play with I play with. He's now, I guess, my buddy, my friend. Um, Big Dog. I played with him yesterday. He's from Australia and lives in New Zealand, and we play together on here online. It's pretty cool. Wife band. 161 or something last weekend. Yeah, I mean you've been hammering it. Are you? Are you? I mean I'm short, so everyone. I was saying it yesterday with Flying Fat Kid. I'm short, so I think everyone's tall. But are you? You seem like a pretty big dude. Are you like 6'2", 6'3" plus? Because we were saying yesterday, you swing mostly upper body. You keep working on your swing and you get your lower body and your legs into it, you're going to be hammering the ball. But you seem like maybe like a former football player or something, if I had to guess. Kind of tough, though, to tell on camera. Oh, that's way short. What am I doing? Or not. Bogey. 6'1", 225. Yeah, I mean, that's still 161. That's 71.87. Yeah, well, I hit it. I hit it 163.8. So I don't know what that is in meters per second or whatever. But Craig's almost there. He'll get there. That's still pretty. That's still pretty solid. I think Flying Fat Kid called you stout, which I would agree with. 149 down 15. Baseball player, what sports did I play? I played soccer, basketball, and volleyball in high school, and then um, I did intramural basketball, soccer, and flag football in college. Um, but yeah, I was pretty good at soccer. Soccer was my best sport. Um, I started varsity all 4 years in high school in soccer. So even as like a freshman coming in, I was a right defender. I started every single game of high school. Well, I mean small state, and we weren't like Division 1, but still, I was pretty good at soccer. Made all division stuff like that, and then basketball was probably my favorite to play, but I wasn't as good in high school, and then I kept playing throughout college, and then up until a couple months ago when I blew out my knee. And I'm probably better at basketball now in terms of a second sport. I'm definitely way better than I was in high school. And then I had never played volleyball before high school, and the one of the dudes, he was a year older than me. One of the dudes on the basketball team, his mom was the volleyball coach. She recruited all of the basketball players to come play volleyball. So pretty much the entire basketball team who had never played volleyball before went over and played volleyball, and I ended up being all state for volleyball, which was fun. But in hindsight, I didn't start playing. This is my 8th year playing golf. I didn't start playing golf until like seriously. I played a handful of rounds of golf up until a year after college, and then I started playing. So hindsight, I should have. I regret not playing golf in high school. It would have been in the springtime instead of volleyball. Volleyball was a ton of fun, but how much golf I play now, I should have just played golf. That's it. No way. The altitude here and the elevation change is nuts. Like I'm not even hitting these good. That was only 123 for a pitch range. Usually I hit that like 130, and that went 154, and it flew 20 yards further. I don't know how that adds up. I know that was downhill, but all right. 6. Play at 50%, so 9. I basically just need to get this out. 9. I need to land this like 4 or 5. Sit. How often do I play? Pretty much every day in here. Multiple. Like I'm gonna play. I played 36 yesterday. I'm playing 36 today. It's like pretty much every day. Pretty impressive for not playing golf all too long. I don't know. I mean, if you say so, it's all relative, right? I know some people like that's why I was saying I regret not playing because some of those people that now I play with on here and whatnot, and some people you come across on course, they've been playing since they were like 5 years old. So I got a late start in terms of golf, but I've played a ton in that period. I was also, I don't get too in depth. I mean, I don't have a problem telling you, Craig, like all my personal information offline, but there's some wackos out there, so I don't say too much personal stuff. But my major in college was what you say you do now, starting with an F. That was my major in college. That's crazy. 146 ball speed, 244, and it goes 312. F is givable though. How do you determine how much club down or you carry with elevation on the sim? 2% per 1,000 feet. No, I didn't. I did some stuff. I started it in college. Um, some like online business type of stuff. I started it in college, and I kind of did that. So I never went into like the corporate route. I've been trying to get the YouTube over the past 3 years to kind of take off. So the days of not going the full time route during with that career path are dwindling. So that may be coming, but I did not fully go that route. I'm not sure YouTube will ever be. I mean, I would have to like 100x it in terms of subscribers and viewership and stuff. I don't think YouTube will probably ever be like full time type of income stuff, but my goal is just to kind of get it to actual like an actual respectable part time income type of level versus $2 to $3 a day that I'm currently making. It's like $100 a month, which all the time and effort I put into it doesn't even come close. Like I could make 10 times more, uh, literally, or even more, literally probably 20 or 30 times more working at McDonald's at minimum wage for the amount of time and effort and everything I put into YouTube. But that's why I greatly appreciate everyone that becomes members or anyone that sends super chats or anything like that, because all the stuff does end up adding up and hopefully grow the channel, get more people, and that kind of stuff. You got to start somewhere. So I did though. Oh boy. Well, this is looking like a water ball. I'm going to go out here and draw it, or at least try to. I'm not swinging very hard, and this is pretty narrow. We're going to go... How far can I push this? Go there, and hopefully it carries and it draws. Otherwise, this is probably going in the water. Gonna get ready for bed. It was fun watching you. See you around. Appreciate it. Hopefully, I'll see you here in another stream. KBW. Good luck with your golf course situation. All right. I mean, that was supposed to draw, but I guess that works. Try to swing a little harder at that and make sure it carried it. Don't roll into the water. 55. I don't want to turn this into a pity party, but it is kind of a shame how little, all in all, YouTube pays for the amount of views. It's like it averages out to like $7 per 1,000 views where an ad was shown. It's kind of nuts. Have chat sometime. Going to work on the driver's swing. See ya. Yeah, sounds good. Thanks for stopping in. What a drive. Well, come back another time. I've been up towards 160. Like I said, carrying it like 20, 30 yards further than that. 55. It should work. All right, birdie to finish it. What do we end at? 1 under? Eagle on 7. Shot 1 under on the front, even on the back. Stats, 10 pars, 3 birdies, 1 eagle, 4 bogeys, 315, 281, 145, 152, 83 feet of putting, 23 putts, 3 sand saves, hour and 5 minutes, 7 out of 18 greens regulation, 9 out of 14 fairways. Let's go do FFKs and then get out of this hot box. Oh, I just clicked the wrong one. Hidden. What is this? Flying Fat Kids Crazy Fun League, Summer Sizzle and Rizzle, Hidden Valley Country Club, Mountain to Valley. He better not have set this up crazy. Black Tea. Come on, Flying Fat Kid. Black Keys at 68.76. Sunday pins. At least it's 8-foot gimmies. Soft and links. 4,000. That's why he did it. Breezy and 11. Oh boy. Found me late. Well, I'm playing 36 triple threat, so I just got done with D-Lugs at Sanctuary Moon. Now I'm doing Flying Fat Kid, so you made it at the halfway point. 18 done, 18 to go. If you see that Nightbot thing pop up, do me a favor. We got 7 people that hit the like button. Hit the like button on the video if you don't mind. I don't know if that works as well. The whole thought was doing that Nightbot thing so I didn't have to keep saying it, but it does help a lot if you like the video. Alright, this looks rather washed out. That's even more washed out. Well, let's hit the flyover, see what we're dealing with here, Flying Fat Kid. Super realistic course. This looks pretty good. Is this maybe, I mean, 4,000, that's going to be 8%, which is a lot. This may be like a Colorado course, possibly. What's the wind doing? Pushing it left. Yeah, it's going to bounce into the rough because of these links fairways. Boing. 179 out of the rough. I think we'll go 7 because this elevation's so nuts. Bounce up there. Now sit, 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 sit. That's crazy. That was like, I mean, it was a decent contact. It was just swinging so easy with a 7. That only went 160 and we're 30 feet past it. 30, basically 34 playing 37. I do like, though, I like the 8-foot gimmies. So this should be, no matter what, this should be a par. Not if I putt it like that. Are you... Spoke way too soon. What the heck was that? That wasn't even remotely close. I was like halfway there. All right, par the hard way. Second hole, par 4, 392. JT Walsh is that 6, maybe? If JT Walsh is only shooting 6 under here, I may be like 10 over. It was either a 6 or an 8. Couldn't make it out. I'm looking through this V over here. That was supposed to draw. All right. We got through it. How cool was it, Bogeyman, watching Big Dog play last night, making that tips tour look easy? Why make the circle when I can boost my putting stats? I guess that's one way to look at it, to cover up for a horrendous putt. Yeah, I'm going pitch and wedge. Go. Big bounce. No, not that way. Man, I am struggling right now. I feel like I'm moving in slow motion. .5 left. .12 upslope. Soft greens, isn't it? For par. Should not be putting this. This is bad. That was not a hard shot. Bogey the hard way. You're impressed on how quick you got the par 3 courses figured out? Yeah, I was over, at that point I was watching Flying Fat Kid, but we were kind of talking about it, but he was saying he thinks kind of the biggest misconception when people either play with him or watch him play is everyone knows like how good he is, and like a scratch golfer, like a plus handicap golfer, people expect to see him just like literally never miss a shot and right down the middle. That's really not the case. It's more so about like he still hits. not a fair share, but he still hits bad shots. It's just his ability to be able to recover from those bad shots are just so much better than us, where a lot of times we compound bad shots with more bad shots. He maybe is a little bit wayward off the tee or something, but all of his irons and approach shots and his wedges and putting are all just so good. He can make up for a bad shot way easier than what we can. That's terrible. Get through it. 107. I'm almost at the point where I don't even feel like aiming. You know what I would like to see GSPro do? I know they can't really, but what's the wind doing? Like, automatically move me like 5 yards right every single time. All right, 6 feet playing 8. Or 8 feet playing 6, rather. No! Yeah, where he misses where it doesn't hit the hole usually. Yeah, he was talking about that some too, right? Where he's accurate enough to where he's pinpointing good places where he can possibly miss, where it'll end up and still put him in a pretty good spot. Versus when we miss, we're in like the deep rough or the trees, or we're like off the side of the green. But I mean, I feel like that's one of those things easier said than done. He's just good enough to where his misses aren't that bad. If I miss this shot, then I'm like 20 yards left. His miss is like 5 yards. Like that. I mean, I just hit that off the hosel, but there's no way I'm getting out of this. I got a sim drop. Today's one of those days where I really shouldn't be playing. $14 playing $19. And a 1.5 pull. My shoulder's killing me. Links fairways into the rough probably. Stop. Guess I'll fire up the Cinnamon Bake, get a few rounds to play before they reset this week. Yeah, I may take. It's supposed to be pretty hot. I thought it was going to be cooler, but I may take a day or two off. $29 soft greens. I got to fly. I'm like almost all the way there. I wanted 25. I hit a 24.6, and it's right on the edge. Birdie. Caw-caw. $94. Wind's going to push it. Left. Seven total, par 4. Wide open club face. Set. Not horrendous. That was a low. Bumping around 8. Par, par 3, 245 yards, Flying Fat Kid. Par 3, 245? What are you doing to us? Get left, sit. Fun one. I think how I felt. 528 par 5 up 24. So this is a 550 yard. All right, let's swing at one. That's right. Oh boy. This is dumb, but I'm gonna try to hit a hook 3-wood and just hammer it through these trees. At least I could get there, par 4 for me. Yeah, I mean the crazy elevation though. I didn't even hit that 3-wood good, and it got there. It was a little long, but I hear you. Where are we going? This tree is gonna drive me nuts. All that for a par putt. I did say try. Tree said no. Yeah, I got rejected. I mean, I didn't have much there. It was either that or I would have had to play that backwards. Par the hard way. Another par 5? These back-to-back par 5s? I guess that was 9 and 10. Where are we going? Where does this even want you to aim? Down here, even though the hole's all the way over this way? I don't even know why I'm clicking over there. It's dumb. We'll go out here. $59. Oh, I chunked it. Go. Caw-caw. Chippy chip caw-caw. Get back down to even. We're on the struggle bus today, Flying Fat Kid. That's a chippy chip, though. Oh. I'm swinging everything at like 50%. I've been like 140 ball speed off the tee. Oh, I forgot too. I had the volume off because of Sanctuary Moon with all that music. Made it to hole number 11 without remembering to turn it back on. Nice shot, thanks. Stayed up too late, didn't I? Dude, I was up. I was mentioning it to Boogeyman Bill first, and then Craig was in here. I watched you guys until you finished, and then I was laughing so hard. I can't think of another live stream I was watching that I audibly laughed out loud more than those last like 2 holes. I was up for like an hour after you guys even finished. I think I was probably up until about 1:30, 2 o'clock. That was so funny. I was saying, really, it wasn't bad. Like, you guys played the par 3 course, like the 18, that was pretty normal. You guys just played. And then, really, up until about like hole number 7, it was fine. And then holes 8 and 9, it really deteriorated quick. It was right when the lewd talk started coming out, the soundboard. Spike had the square turn off on him, and then Craig laid down on the ground. After like 10 minutes, Spike finally got the square to register again, and then he hits it right into the water, and then you hit it into the water, and then on the 9th tee shot, Spike just aimed completely wrong, and he put it like on the wrong green on a completely different hole. And apparently I keep just fading the ball. I don't have the speed right now, so all these I'm trying to draw them, and I'm just not swinging quick enough to square the club up. Spike had me cracking up. Best golf holes, best holes in golf. He was excited to drive the green. He hit it, and he was like, "Did it just say I hit it 271?" And then after, he was 271 yards away from the hole. I think it might have been when I said to Danko that Spike's gonna have to get his entire back fused after backpacking you. That's when it really Danko couldn't compose himself. That was like a little bit earlier on, and then from there it was downhill. He was laughing for like you guys were giggling for like 5 minutes just on that. Craig was over there popping sleeping pills, aka Quaaludes. Soft greens for bird. Man, it is stuffy, stuffy, stuffy in here. 89.4 degrees. 24 playing, what is that, 14? 38. So it's going to be pretty straight. I didn't hit it. Didn't hit it. I looked at the screen. Craig's on the ground. Dako's popping tops. That was so funny. I watched it. I watched the last two holes again this morning too. I made sure I didn't refresh. I didn't refresh your stream last night, so I watched when I was up for like an hour after. I watched some of it back too. Did you? You must have not have changed, right? The that in the control room to unlist. I think you just do it once, and I've never had to change mine after that. 00 HLA. We'll take that. I think you just need to do it once to uncheck that unlist live stream once it's over thing, and it should just stay public once you end going forward. And I think I sent you the my OBS settings, which I know you saw. Danko copied mine exactly. Besides, he's also 4K, so he left his, but he copied mine exactly, and it seems like his streams have been pretty rock solid since. Because I'm doing everything in 1080p, 30 frames a second, which is a lot better. I think 60 frames, it's more so for high speed motion. It'll be smoother, but we're not doing anything like we're not playing like live sports. So 60 frames, you're obviously just taking twice as many, like basically video or just snapshots. You're taking 60 pictures a second versus 30 pictures a second, which should help. And who knows what your bit rates or anything like that are set at. Oh boy. Square missed that one, which is probably good. I'm using these beat up balls. That was going to be headed right. PC side or mobile. I don't know why I had it at 60 frames. 60. That's just standard when you download OBS. If you don't change it, it's default at 60. I think that's the highest it can go, so it just stays there. The unlist live thing. It's when you go in on your computer. I don't know if when you schedule a stream. I always do it on the computer. You do like go live, schedule broadcast or whatever it is, and then you have like that control room where it has the you can select the latency, like normal latency, low latency on the side, and it says like waiting to connect to streaming software or whatever. It's right there towards the bottom on the right where there's a toggle that says unlist stream or whatever it is after finished. You just want to turn that off, and it should stay public as soon as you click end. Because I had that too for a while when I first started going live, and I couldn't figure it out. And then I just changed that once, and ever since then it's been good. Hundred-yard shot. Probably even 95 with this crazy elevation. May work. May work. May work. No. Where's the soft greens? For birdie. 10 feet playing 8. have to do it on the PC. I typically schedule from the phone. Yeah, I don't know. I've never scheduled one from the phone. And maybe you would assume that the options would be the same. Craig was in here saying that if you and Shelby have time, it could be fun if you and him and Danko. Of course, looks good. It does look good. It's a little bit kind of foggy and hazy, a little bit washed out on my end, but the details are nice. Craig was saying earlier, maybe it would be fun if you guys have the time, if you're not pressed for time, that you guys, him and Danko, do the regular scramble with you and Shelby at the same time. So you're kind of doing, it'll take longer, but you're doing a 2v2, so you're kind of just competing against them heads up, but then you're also playing against the field at the same time, which could be fun. Because I think he was saying that they need to do their regular scramble, and they're also going to redo their auto putt and see if they can beat our 9 under. But I figured I'd mention that. You guys can decide on your own if you want to do that or not. I'll be watching either way, whatever you guys end up doing. No. Turn the fog off in visual settings. I actually did that before on Sanctuary Moon. It didn't seem to do much, so I turned it back on. It's defaulted to on. I disabled it, and it didn't seem like it changed much. I could try it here, but would be fun. I have a party for my niece I forgot about. Oh, so you're not playing? We'll see. Once we get, I mean, this is a daunting tee shot. How about that 245-yard par 3 earlier? That was fun. Once we get out into another hole that's open, I'll try to disable the fog. And we'll see if it makes a difference here. Greg McDonald posted something that was either this morning or yesterday on one of the GSPro Facebook groups, and he was actually talking just about that, the new setting with the fog, telling people that it works great when on certain courses, if like you have it to where the designer settings and you're like on 4K or whatever, you have like a good computer. But on other courses, it looks better when you disable it. What do I have here? 184, 181 to the front. Try a 7. I don't know if it's gonna get there. No, it's definitely not gonna get there going that far left. .32 up to go. My shirt is soaked right now. Most likely not playing. That sucks. I have one less thing to watch now. Seems like Danko and Craig are going to play a couple rounds, though. I don't know what time they're playing, but... So you're saying you and Shelby are already going to throw in... You're going to wave the white flag, throw in the towel on me and Big Dog's 13 under? You're not even going to try? Bogey. I'd love to blame my square. That still does not feel... I'm aiming so far right. Now it's even a little bit off the heel. Big Dog thinks there may have been an issue with the putting with this new update, but at the very beginning of this, I checked the alignment on the square and it was fine. So I don't know. I guess it's just me and my putting. It does not feel like a 1 degree pull, which is pretty bad. Let's aim down the middle. Not bad for like a 75% swing. Soft greens, yeah, I know. You and your settings. Links, fairways, and soft greens. D-Lud's course, I mean, that Sanctuary Moon course, I'm not a huge uh, fan of that movie, so it doesn't do a ton for me. And it's really cool. Like, Greg McDonald, obviously, and Guy Holman did an awesome job on that, but the way that was set up, like going over and around all that stuff, that's not one of my favorites. This is a little more standard. I thought that was going to be good. Elevation. Chippy chip. 8 yards. I scolded it. Soft greens, baby. Mixed it up last time. I have a fun one for next week. Rocket chips and fireworks? Rocket chips and fireworks. For the course? I want to say moonwalk. But I don't think there's fireworks at moonwalk, is there? There's definitely rocket ships. What else would be... What else would be rocket ships besides Sanctuary Moon and Moonwalk? Maybe it's a course I don't know about. It's always surprising. There's some courses where you guys pick them or whatever, or for whatever reason I see someone do a video, and it's like a super, super cool course that somehow I haven't heard about over the past year and a half that I've had GSPro. I think I'm going to do Wolf Creek. Give me a hint. I'm not gonna take it unless you want to keep it a secret, but I'm kind of curious now what it could be. Oh, that's the tournament name? Oh. 4th of July, I get it. There are, well, there's kind of fireworks. There's explosions at Bushwood. There is one course that I played that had fireworks, but I don't remember what it was. Oh. Today is not a golf day. Sit. .111 into the wind with the elevation out of the rough. Oh, I pulled it. Yank job. Yankee, Yankee. 2,000 courses. Maybe we only know about 20%. Moonwalk with one club. Scramble course we played just silly. Oh, I think, yeah, you did mention that. Moonwalk, that'll be fun with one club. I gotta do some research then. I gotta see what the yardage is around and pick one club that'll cover most of them. What do you mean by the scramble course we played was silly? Oh, the one last night, you mean? Yeah, that was wild. That looked really good, though. 4.2 left. Oh, what's that bouncy ball bounce on soft greens? All right, 2 over, 3 holes to play. What'd you say at the end of it? You guys chip this in, you win. You don't chip it in, you win. Danko was doing a 2v1 scramble against you guys. Poor Spike's probably in the hospital with his back. Oh. Not ideal. Are we clear? No. Little hooky. 8 iron. Ah. Tree trouble to tree trouble. The course you and I played had fireworks over the clubhouse on the 18th for auto putt. Really? That was outdoors when me and Big Dog were playing it last night. Outdoors, who was the designer, he's been watching some of my videos for like a year or more. He popped in. He was the one who designed it. And he also it was the 12th hole. He had a guy on the house or by his house that was hitting balls into the course, which is kind of funny. This is gonna have a collider, right? Yeah. What is this? 57. Bump and run 8. Low draw hook. Bump and run. A little too much bump, a little too much run. The one house you didn't hit. I think the 12th, I think that was the one that you put, I think that was the par 5 where you put the 2 balls in the water, if I'm not mistaken. Frustration sitting here forced me in to try to get better. I joined D-Luds, just about ready to join you in FFK's league when everything went to hell. Haven't been able to play. Hey, you just got to swing through it. I know, easier said than done, and it sucks when you're not playing well, but impossible to get better if you stop playing and you just get frustrated. And like I said, easier said than done. I get pretty frustrated when I'm not playing well, but playing golf, trying to improve, as much as we want it to be, just like play more in like a linear progression, there's a lot of ups and downs, peaks and valleys. So sometimes it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back, another step back, 4 steps forward, 1 step back, 3 steps forward kind of thing. So you're going to go through periods. It's one thing, I guess, good news and bad news. It's going to be like that for years and years. So that's the bad news. The good news is, as long as you just go into it knowing that, then kind of is what it is. Go in. Oh. I've found over the years, on the times where I'm really struggling and I'm hitting it really bad, are the times where you kind of say, all right, we're going back to square one and we're kind of breaking things down and we're going to try some new things. A lot of times it sucks going through it, but a lot of times when you're struggling like that are the times where you kind of come through some swing breakthroughs, I've found. Bogey. In a week, it's gonna be a bit longer. Keep the videos coming. That's all. That's all I got. What's the deal? I was talking to Big Dog after our scramble. I was telling him your idea. Where are you at with getting the different places involved with that? I mean, I'm just bunting it out there, so I'm not getting that frustrated, but these are just horrendous swings. Setup issues or takeaway issues almost always are my problem when I have rounds that tank. Yeah, a lot of it comes down to just your setup, your grip, like the basic type of stuff to where your grip gets a little bit jacked up or your alignment or your takeaway, you start taking it too inside. A lot of people struggle with they roll their wrist and you have that much movement coming back. You need to have so much timing to be able to square it back up versus if you think about keeping the club a little more outside and a little more square, you set yourself up for a much better shot right off the bat just by doing that. And people don't even really know that they're doing it, but they roll their wrists and they start manipulating the club so that by the time you get up here, you almost have no chance trying to figure out where this club needs to be coming back down to be able to hit a straight shot. And I say all that as I'll probably about to shank this. Brutal. What do we got? 67 with not much here. Let's try a low hook pitching wedge. Peaks Valley Golfs, although I don't show I can handle. Lost a lot of weight in the last 2 months. Doing it, I wasn't eating. My body was getting no nutritional value, and I went. Playing like me today. Went haywire, have to build up protein, all the minerals, etc. Never been through anything like it. Starting to send out emails to some businesses. News from the local one is interesting. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I work out a ton, so I think I'm kind of used to it. But even like today, like Flying Fat Kid says, I'm playing like him. I mean, I played 36 yesterday, and I tried to play as good as I can with those scrambles. We ended up playing pretty well, but between that, I worked out yesterday too. In between playing with Flying Fat Kid, I did legs and triceps. It's like in the heat now today, staying up late, all that stuff just builds up. So if you're really gonna try to play well and you really want to like improve stuff, you really got to try to take care of yourself and eat good, sleep good, make sure you're recovered on days where you're not feeling it. Don't push yourself, kind of thing. Okay, we made it. Last hole. Oh, it's a par 3. Last hole in the hot box. What are we up to? 90.2. I gotta cut the grass after this. 159, playing 172. Water and sleep. Really good chips today. That's really the only thing saving me. I shot 1 under at Sanctuary Moon, but I pretty much I've been a club down on distance. I've been pretty much clubbing up on everything. Like right now I'm hitting a 7. I don't even know if this is gonna get there. Usually at this elevation everything would be a 6. And like you've seen all the drivers, it's just been like 140 ball speed, just like bunting it out there. But my right shoulder, it's when I really go after driver. I think it's probably I'm like overextending my right shoulder, whatever's in there. It's right behind my shoulder, like the shoulder blade. I think just coming through so much, it just feels like every time I swing, someone's like stabbing me in the back, which isn't exactly fun. So, tell me, playing too much, not recovering from the workouts like I need to be. Probably need a day or 2 off. Bounce. I mean, that's a 137 yard raw carry 7 iron. I'm chipping this. So 15-yard chip up 2 feet. Kind of like that. 3 over 75. Do enjoy the live action and videos, especially scrambles, teams, etc. Yeah, they're fun. For whatever reason, Time Massage, gotta get on the big dog protocol. For whatever reason, the scrambles never do as good as like these in terms of like views and like people watching. I don't know why. Like to me, it's way more fun playing, and I would think it'd be more interesting for people to watch. Maybe it's just with the smaller video. I don't know what it is, but it's always when I do like any kind of collab or like scramble or video with someone else, they never do as well, which is kind of puzzling. But I agree. That's the most amount of fun. Like I look forward to those scrambles all week. Do you think Big Dog will play if I get one of those together? Yeah, he said he was in. He was saying we were talking about it. He thinks that just doing money in terms of prizes, especially with people overseas, it'll eliminate any kind of excessive shipping and handling, shipping stuff overseas, and the fact that you can kind of dangle the prize money, whether it's 25 bucks, 50 bucks, whatever. You kind of dangle the prize money as some incentive, get people excited to play, and give people extra incentive to like actually show up and say, all right, there's like actually something here that I can win, and maybe try a little bit more versus like, I mean, t-shirts and stuff like that are fine, but I would think for the average person, like a random t-shirt, even like mine or pick anyone, just like a random t-shirt, they're probably not super excited about. But if you send them straight cash, either on PayPal or Venmo, I think that would entice people to get involved. Good chip, thanks. Yeah, we're in. I mean, you got 3 people. I'm sure Danko will definitely play. Craig will play. I'm sure Stice will play. Bogeyman Bill will play. Um, who else? Who am I missing? We've probably got at least 10 people that I can almost guarantee are probably like 95% in, if not possibly more. Shelby, yeah, Lefty will probably play. Shelby would probably play. Possibly some of the triple bogey people. C-Drum maybe. T-Yak, yeah, he'll probably play. I think you're hitting drive more consistent on fairways. Cash is always my first choice. Yeah, I think cash is the way to go. Better eye. Yeah, we probably got like 15 people then. Hey, Murph. Yeah, Murph said we play. The biggest issue though, triple threat, it'll be just the scheduling. Big Dog had a good point to where um, once it's time for the match, the new update with GSPro will be good because we can just use that VDO Ninja thing and be able to play. The toughest part is going to be if it's like a 4v4 match. The toughest part is going to be getting direct lines of communication with all however many people, even if it's 2v2 or 4v4, the 4 to 8 people getting a direct line of communication to say, all right, I can play on Tuesday night. When can you play? Oh, I have a softball Tuesday night. I can only play Wednesday. The toughest part is going to be trying to organize with those different people that we don't have direct lines of communication with. That's going to be the toughest part. Lurking with your hungover. Number you'll need eventually. Work the times in the big pool. Yeah. That the scheduling, I mean, I was kind of dealing with that too. That's why I was pushing everyone to join the Discord, so I at least had a way to contact them. But even there was a couple people that they originally said they were in with the Rocket Cup, and then they never joined the Discord, and I have no way to email them or contact them or message them. So it's tough. Um, I mean, we can use my Discord for sure if you tell those people, but some of the people maybe they're not as tech savvy. Maybe they have no idea what Discord is. Um, I don't know about giving out phone numbers for a group chat type of thing. Emails maybe would work, but emails aren't as quick and aren't as direct as like a text message or a message. So I don't know. It was kind of a headache. And it was a bit of a process organizing even the Rocket Cup. We didn't even have that many people, but trying to organize all the rooms and getting everyone to coordinate. All right, we can take a look at the stats, I guess. Oh, I've been lightheaded this like entire time. 12 pars, 2 birdies, 3 bogeys, 1 double, 327, 306 average drive, 147, 150, 95 feet of putting, 26 putts, an hour and 10 minutes, 17 out of 18 greens in regulation, 3 out of 14 fairways. Not the best, but we got Flying Fat Kids League done and we got D-Luds League done for the week until they both reset, and then I'm in the same spot again next week. 36 holes, though. I think I've played... This was the week that was really hot. I was hoping that it was going to be cooler. So I didn't play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but I've played Thursday, Friday, Saturday now. I did 30... What did I do on Thursday? I did pro, and then I did that long video of hitting all those shots. Yesterday, I played 36. I think Friday I played 36, and then 36 today. Rest up, sir. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna end this. I gotta break this stuff down and get inside in the AC. It is just too brutal out here. But I appreciate you guys watching, Murph. I hope you feel better. Triple threat. Appreciate you tapping in. Bogeyman Bill was in here before. We had some people from Hong Kong and China before, which was cool. Gotta take some effort. Always does it first. We get it going. Possibly change sim golf in some ways. Rest up. Yeah, I mean, let us know. We've probably got, like we said, 10 or 15 people. And then it's just gonna come down to day of the week, time of day, that kind of stuff. Whatever works best for people. But I'm out of here. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you on the next one. I gotta go dry off with a towel.